Hello gamers, SoftKitty99 here and we're back in Minecraft. Today I'd like to do an easy build. Let's do a modern house. We will want some quartz blocks, slabs and stairs. Some dark grey concrete and some light grey concrete, and I want the grey stained glass blocks and panes. We will also need some birch fence and a door, and hopefully that will be all the materials we need. What you need is a nice open flat piece of ground. I've made a little marker block so that I don't fall off the edges here. Now this looks to me like it'll work in my head, so let's see if it works in reality. Decide where you want to build and start with the quartz, and we want to go up by 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then go across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which makes that 9 in total. And come down to the ground. Then we want to extend this backwards at the top corners by, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's enough. And then bring it down to the ground. Now, to check I've got enough space, what I then want to do is behind this first post leave one gap and then place another quartz block and bring this one up to 1 less than the total height. Now you'll say that joins, but what I want to do is extend it 1 block lower across the front. We want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks across. That will then give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps in between the quartz uprights. So check that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps there. Take this back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one bring it down. And you can check if you're in the right place, because in the middle there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps. And again across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one you bring it up and it should meet your upright. Bring that across. And now I've just discovered that my upright is 1 too far, because there should be 1 block and then 1 down here. So that confirms whether you've gone across too far. And what we have here, as you can see, is basically two cubes side by side. So what we want to do up here is extend this top out so that it joins with the top section from here. And where the two meet, you've got it, we bring it down to the ground. So just so you're clear, here what we've got in the middle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and at the side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as a gap. Now what I want you to do is to do a mirror image of this section here. So we leave one gap and we bring this down to the ground, one lower than this bar across here. We take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and bring it down to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bring it down to the ground. As long as the sheep don't stand on the place. Hey sheep! So 1 in, bring it down to the ground, and across, and the two should meet. So what we have from the top is a rectangle in the middle with two squares on the side. And from the front, and from the side. So the centre section is just one block higher than the two edges. Now I want you to grab the dark grey concrete and inside one block back, what I want you to do is to put in walls. What we're going to do is we're going to raise up the concrete all the way to the top, whoops, and then go all the way across and all the way down. So you've basically got a line of the dark concrete just inside the outline of the quartz blocks. Then what we're going to do is leave one gap, and put another upright, leave a gap and put another upright. I've put the dark grey concrete in the base because I think you can guess we're going to fill those gaps in with the stained glass panes. When the grass isn't in the way, we will. So that what we have is this. So what I want you to do is to go around all of these walls and do the same thing. Just inside the quartz, you put a line of the dark grey, and then we leave one gap for the grass, and then we put in another upright, and then we leave one for the glass. And we're going to do that on all the walls all the way around the build. And once I have completed that, I will be back to show you the next step. Welcome back. As you can see, I've filled in all the walls going around the building, and this is what you should have. The sheep, of course, are optional. What I've done inside is I've used the light grey concrete for a floor. You can of course use any colour you want. And what I'm going to do is use the dark grey concrete to fill in the roof on one side of the building there, and then use the light grey concrete. Be aware that the dark grey sits below the quartz block. On the centre here I want to use light grey, and I want to set it right on the same level as the quartz blocks. So we just fill in this whole area like that, and then I want to do the same thing on the second side of the building. Right where the quartz blocks are, just fill it in like so. I then want to take out one quartz block right in the centre and put in a stair. I now want to raise up the edge where the quartz is by putting on a row of the glass pane around the edge. So what we have here is a small balcony with a view out, in my case, over the ocean. I then want to grab the quartz blocks again and one in right in the corners. The first block of the light grey concrete, I want to put the quartz block and I want to raise it up so that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. Come across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then meet, and then make this top section into a rectangular shape. I think you can guess what's coming here. We're going to be popping in another level of the build. And at this side here, I want you to grab your stairs again, and this time we're going to want 2 stairs because the drop down here is much further. So what you've got again is a small balcony, but this time the actual quartz itself acts as the railing so that you have a different look to the 2 sides of the building. And then you grab your darker grey concrete and just fill in this gap right here. So you have a balcony on both sides of the build, but both are different in features, so that you get a slightly different shape and look to both sides of the build. Now this time I'm not going to inset the walls, I'm going to put them in the same location as the quartz. Oop, as long as I don't fall like this. So again, run round the edges. And put in your pane. Do the same on the opposite side of the building. Run the dark grey around the edge, just inside. Do that on all 4 actually. The 2 sides, as you can see, are going to be slightly different because we need space to get onto the balconies. I'm putting the dark grey in the same line as the quartz on the top, because if you inset it one, you will be left with much too small of a space to make an actual functional room. So what I've done here is in the centre, instead of putting in a window, I've put an extra grey block, and then we can put in our door. I'm using the birch because I think it's the closest match to the quartz that we have in the doors that are available in the game. So again, run up all of the concrete pillars that you would run up and use the glass pane to fill in all the gaps. So as our modern houses always seem to have lots and lots of windows and lots of light in them. So we'll fill in all of those, which just means we need a roof. And what I'm going to do is run the dark grey concrete in a line all the way inside the quartz, and then I'm going to use the grey glass blocks to fill in the rest of the roof, so there's lots and lots of light up into the bedroom. So the only thing that we're missing now is a door to get inside the building. You can of course put the door any way you want to, but I'm going to have a front door right in the centre of the build. So decide where your front is, take out the bottom 3 panes, grab your dark grey concrete, put in 1 slab for above the door and pop in your door. I'm going to do it from the inside so that it's inset into the building just slightly, because I like the look of that better. I'm going to grab the quartz slab, put 1 right above the door, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, grab the fence, run it down to the ground, and there we have our front door. I'm also going to put a back door in for access into your kitchen space and to give you access to your back garden. I'm going to put that in the side here. I'm going to take out the bottom 3 panels closest to the centre section, put in 1 dark grey block above the door and pop in the door. Again, I'm doing it from the inside so that the door is inset slightly. Again, quartz slabs above the door, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, and fence, birch fence I'm using, going down to make the access points. And there is my basic easy build modern quartz and concrete house. You can then prettify it up any way you want and put in whichever types of furniture you desire. If it were me, I would use this room here as a kitchen, and here you've got your living space, and upstairs a bedroom with access to not 1 but 2 different types of balconies. I hope you've enjoyed today's build. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video from Soft Kitty 99. Goodbye!